So, I think it's time that we check out the Pokedex to see what I did see and what I did catch in 500,000 catches. So let's start off with Bulbasaur. I have seen a total of 6,348 and I have caught a total of 2,691. Going over to Ivysaur, I have seen 880 and caught 189. Continuing over to Venusaur, I've seen 269 and caught 56. Going over to Charmander, I've seen a total of 4,457 and I've caught a total of 1,741. And Charmeleon, 808, caught 164. Charizard, seen 224 and caught 74. Squirtle, 9,285 seen, and I've caught 3,365, so roughly 1 in 3. Wartortle, 794, caught 181. Blastoise, seen 162, caught 60. Caterpie, caught 6,911. No, seen 6,911, caught 4,207. So basically 2/3. Metapod, seen 1,539, caught 1,037. Butterfree, seen 469, caught 181. Weedle, seen 8,008 and caught 5,236. Kakuna, seen 1,734, caught 1,340. Beedrill, seen 264 and caught 57. Pidgey, caught 5,772 and seen 7,426. Pidgeotto, seen 3,434 and caught 3,063, so almost everyone that I've seen. Pidgeot, seen 250, caught 51, so 1 in 5. Rattata, seen 11,890 and caught 7,006. And in those 7,006, only 700 of them were extra large or extra tiny apparently. So I got a long way to go on that medal. Raticate, seen 799, caught 382. Sparrow, seen 7,266, caught 4,092. Pharaoh, seen 213, caught 128. Ekans, seen 5,726, caught 2,539. Arbok, seen 703, caught 228. Pikachu, this is a nice one, seen 18,196 and caught 7,244. This is basically all the hat Pikachus, or the costume ones, you know. Raichu, seen 237, caught 128. Sandshrew, seen 5,099, caught 2,130. Sandslash, seen 85, caught 52. Nidoran, seen 4,697, caught 2,651. Nidorino, seen 286, caught 189. Nidoqueen, seen 28, caught 17. Nidoran, seen 3,683, caught 2,158. Nidorino, seen 207, caught 158. Nidoking, seen 26, caught 16. Clefairy, seen 2,569, caught 934. Clefable, seen 132, caught 33. Woolpix. I have seen a total of 4,392 and I've caught 1,973. Ninetales. Seen 247, caught 163. Jigglypuff. Seen 6,828 and caught 2,979. It's roughly half. Wigglytuff. Seen 402, caught 112. It's roughly 1 in 4. Zubat. Caught 5,370. No, seen 5,370, caught 2,726. Golbat. Seen 1,365, caught 353. Oddish. Seen 5,661, caught 3,555. Gloom. Seen 233, caught 182. Vileplume. Seen 12, caught 12. Paras. Seen 2,285, caught 1,216. Parasect. Seen 61, caught 40. Venonat. Seen 3,202 and caught 2,134. Venomoth. Seen 129, caught 102. Diglett. Seen 5,054 and caught 2,568. Dugtrio. Seen 272, caught 71. Meowth. Seen 4,420. Nice. Caught 2,288. Persian. Seen 74, caught 31. Psyduck. Seen 3,814, caught 2,189. Golduck. Seen 221, caught 87. Mankey. Seen 3,006, caught 1,424. Primeape. Seen 42, caught 30. Growlithe. Seen 3,905 and caught a total of 1,641. So basically half. Arcanine. Seen 33, caught 26. Poliwag. Recently had a community day, but I've seen a total of 5,105 and I've caught a total of 2,720. Poliwhirl. Seen 656, caught 312, so basically half. Poliwrath. Seen 115, caught 34. Abra. Seen 3,329 and caught 2,023. Kadabra. Seen 321, caught 113. Alakazam. Seen 34, caught 22. Mashop. Seen 7,485 and caught 4,229. Machoke. Seen 180, caught 105. Machamp. Seen 103 in total and caught 83. Bellsprout. Seen 2,776 and I caught a total of 1,653. Weeping Bell. Seen 173, caught 142. And Victory Bell. Seen 14 and caught 11. Tentacool. Seen a total of 4,502 and caught a total of 2,226. And Tentacruel. Seen 293 and caught 93, so 200 escaped. Geodude. Seen 4,527 and caught 2,539. Growler. Seen 207 and caught 127. Golem. Seen 22, caught 21. Ponyta. Seen 3,542, caught 1,466. Rapidash. Seen 120, caught 33. Slowpoke, seen 3945 and caught 2076. Slowbro, seen 146, caught 68. Magnemite, seen 6245 and caught 3496. Magneton, seen 240, caught 94. Farfetch'd, I have seen 401 and I have caught 289. Doodoo, seen 3038 and caught 1401. Dodrio, seen 41, caught 15. Seal, seen 5678, caught 3466. Dugong, seen 222, caught 191. Grimer, seen 5836 and caught 2730. And out of those 2740, probably 2600 of them have been shiny. Mach, seen 80, caught 45. Shelder, seen 3146, caught 2062. Cloyster, seen 68, caught 53. Ghastly, seen 5801 and caught 3123. Haunter, seen 1142, caught 309. And Gengar, seen 141, caught 59. Onyx, seen 950 and caught 337. Still waiting for a hundo. Drowsy, seen 3820 and caught 2132. Hypno, seen 82, caught 56. Krabby, seen 2653 and caught 1664. Kingler, seen 214 and caught 114, so missed 100. Voltorb, seen 8159 and caught 4153. Electrode, seen 750, caught 261. Execute, seen 3375, caught 1850. Executor, seen 1272 and caught 557. Cubone, seen 4188 and caught 1794. Marowak, seen 125, caught 63. Hitmonlee, seen 1702 and caught 496. Hitmonchan, seen 1822, caught 538. And almost on both these, almost every one of them are from Team Rocket grounds. Lickitung, seen 545, caught 177. Coughing, seen 7107, caught 3653. Wheezing, seen 522, caught 140. Rhyhorn, seen 3075, caught 1645. Rhydon, seen 43, caught 26. Chansey, my favorite Pokemon, seen 1223, caught 446. Tangela, seen 1501, caught 685. Kangaskhan, seen 34, caught 32. Caught 32. Horsia, seen 4057, caught 2106. Sidra, seen 601, caught 193, so basically 1 in 3. Goldeen, 6612 seen and caught a total of 3141, so basically half. Seeking, seen 616, caught 177. Staryu, missed this Pokemon, seen 1652, caught 829. Starmie, Scene 109, code 43. Mr. Mime, the regional of my country, or my region, so to say. Scene 7311, code 2631. Cypher, scene 597, code 319. Jinx, scene 1342, code 556. Electrobus, scene 3028, code 1190. Magmar, scene 1690, code 702. Pinsir, scene 962 and code 454. So basically one in half. Tauros, scene 13, code 12. Magikarp, scene 14,033 and caught a total of 8,717. Gyarados, scene 178, caught 60. Lapras, scene 318, caught 179. Still no shiny though, it's one of the only ones I got left on generation 1, except for regional locked ones. Ditto, seen a total of 1,235 and caught 768. Eevee, probably the one I've seen the most of, and I've seen a total of 22,623 and I've caught a total of 9,923. And here are the evolutions. Vaporeon, scene 349, caught 145. Jolteon, scene 591, caught 191, so missed 400. Flareon, scene 247, caught 101. Porygon, scene 2680, caught 1226. Omanite, scene 3272, caught 1261. Omastar, scene 79, caught 37. Kabuto, scene 3230, caught 1173. Kabutops, scene 60, caught 32. Aerodactyl, scene 602, caught 304. Snorlax, scene 650, caught 294. Articuno, scene 57, caught 44. Zapdos, scene 56, caught 37. Moltres, scene 66, caught 42. Dratini, scene 6036 and caught 2646. Dragonair, scene 250, caught 111. Dragonite, scene 154, caught 37. Mewtwo, seen a total of 315 and caught 311, so basically no one have escaped when I have raided Mewtwo, which I'm happy for. So yeah, that's Mewtwo. Mew, scene 2, caught 2. Going over to generation 2, starting with Chikorita, scene 2747, caught 841. Bayleaf, scene 227, caught 69. Nice. Meganium, scene 36, caught 14. Cyndaquil, scene 2619, caught 889. Quilava, scene 220, caught 62. Typhlosion, scene 42, caught 12. Totodile, scene 5124 and caught 1748. Croconaw, scene 281, caught 85. Feraligator, scene 61, caught 50. Sentret, scene 5290, caught 3245. Ferret, scene 565, caught 231. So basically 1 in half. Hootsuite, scene 7801 and caught 4402. Knocked Owl, scene 271, caught 132. Ladybug, scene 6572, caught 3044. Ledian, scene 620, caught 182. Spinnerack, scene 5754, caught 2906. And my 10,000 Pokemons caught ever was a Spinnerack, and I named it number 10,000 because I thought 10,000 was a cool number. But it's transferred away. Aridos, scene 105, caught 80. Crobat, scene 49, caught 42. Chinchou, scene 9080, caught 3310, so basically 1 in 3. Lantern, scene 946, caught 177. Pichu, scene 103, caught 103. And that's because they are hatched. So hatched 103. Cleffa, same thing. Hatched 42. Igglybuff, also the same. Hatched 40. The same with Togepi. Hatched 102. Togetic, scene 787, caught 276. Natu, scene 7140, caught 3492. Exatu, scene 201, caught 148. Mareep, scene 5360, caught 3115. Flaffy, scene 564, caught 353. Ampharos, scene 69, nice, caught 22. Not that nice. Blossom, scene 7, caught 5. Marill, scene 6294, caught 2812. Azumarill, scene 340, caught 112. Sudowoodo, scene 2436, caught 543. Politoed, scene 13, caught 12. Hoppip, scene 5992, caught 2933. Skiploom, scene 625, caught 247. Jumpluff, scene 76, caught 21. Apon, scene 6630, caught 2139. Sunkern, scene 3915, caught 1811. Sunflora, scene 257, caught 51. Yanma, scene 3046, caught 951. Wooper, scene 3285, caught 1609. Quagsire, scene 169, caught 45. Espeon, scene 146, caught 36. Scene 146, caught 36. Umbreon, scene 131, caught 38. Murkrow, scene 8812 and caught 2965. Also one of the coolest shiny Pokemons in the game. Slowking, scene 15, caught 10. Mistradose, scene 5777 and caught 2688. And here are the unknowns I've gotten. So I've got an A, B, E, F, G, J, L, N, O, P, R, S, T, U, X. And in China I've just gotten the letter O. Working on this, but it's not that easy to do. But yeah, let's move over. Wobbuffet, scene 1 for... Oh, did I say? No, I didn't. Back to unknown. Scene 508, code 261. Now let's move over to Wobbuffet. Scene 1403, code 680. Giraffe Rig, scene 833, code 363. Pineco, scene 611, code 262. This doesn't spawn that much anymore. It used to when it got released, but then it just disappeared. For Fortress, scene 16, code 8, so half. Downspars, scene 2026, code 751. Hate this one. Gligar, scene 757, code 306. Steelix, scene 29, code 11. Snubble, scene 8375 and code 3462. Gramble, scene 460, code 112. Quillfish, scene 1169, code 383. Scissor, scene 22, code 12. Shuckle, scene 627, code 345. Heracross, scene 22, code 21. Critical ratio for a region locked Pokemon. Sneasel, scene 1110, code 584. Teddy Ursa, or the teddy bear, 3641, code 1730. Ursa Ring, the bear, scene 33, code 25. Slugma, scene 3490, code 1346. Magcargo, scene 26, code 12. Swinub, scene 8578, code 3090. Pillowswine, scene 213, code 86. Corsola, region locked, scene 53, code 47. Remoraid, scene 5463, code 3025. Octillery, scene 413, code 147. Delibird, the Santa, scene 3168, code 1145. And this is also one of the coolest shiny Pokemons, to be honest. Mantine, scene 1103 and code 383. Skarmory, scene 439, code 236. Houndour, scene 3496 and code 1784. Houndoom, scene 78, code 52. Kingdra, scene 11, code 7. Fanfi, scene 1237 and code 748. Domfan, scene 41, code 26. Polygon 2, scene 16, code 14. Stampler, scene 2950 and code 1360. Smeargle, scene 206 of these and code 201. Tyrogue, scene 78, code 78, because it's a hatchable Pokemon, so hatched 78 of them. Hitmontop, scene 2185 and code 364. And when this Pokemon got released, you couldn't catch it in the wild. You could only hatch one of these and evolve them into these. There you go. All the info. Smoochum, also just a hatchable Pokemon. Hatched 37. Elekid, same shit. 49. Magby, also the same. 41. Miltank, scene 1859, code 676. Blissey, scene 56, code 14. Raikou, legendary of the second generation. Scene 26, caught 17. Entei, Scene 35, caught 16. Suicune, Scene 17, caught 11. Larvitar, the best one from Generation 0, from the second generation. Scene 1277, caught 787. Pupitar, the evolution. Scene 158, caught 42. Tyranitar, the beast of Generation 2. Scene 52, caught 45. Continuing on with Lugia, Scene 49, caught 41. And Ho-Oh, Scene 27, caught 25. And also the mythical from the second generation, Celebi, Scene 3, caught 3. Going over to Generation 3, starting off steady with Trico, Scene 2681 and caught 765. Grovyle, Scene 194, caught 44. Sceptile, Scene 34, caught 6. Torchic, Scene 3576, caught 1084. Combusken, Scene 597, caught 80. And Blaziken, Scene 37, caught 12. So basically 1 in 3. Mudkip, Scene 5499, caught 1782. Marstomp, Scene 195, caught 68. Swampert, Scene 43, caught 16. Poochyena, Scene 4387 and caught 2283. Mightyena, Scene 159, caught 76. Zigzagoon, Scene 8780 and caught 3499. Probably the most common from this generation. Lingoon, Scene 586, caught 139. Wurmple, Scene 8868 and caught 4645. Basically the Weedle of this generation. Love this one. Silicon, Scene 449, caught 440. Beautifly, Scene 247, caught 46. Cascoon, Scene 416, caught 413. Dustox, Scene 166, caught 22. Lotad, Scene 4261, caught 1798. Lombre, Scene 304, caught 82. Ludicolo, Scene 72, caught 19. Also, sorry if I butcher any of these names, because I only played like Generation 1, Generation 2 as a kid. All the other ones are new ones. So, Seedot, Scene 5238, caught 2989. Nutsleaf, Scene 748, caught 294. Shiftry, Scene 111, caught 25. Tailo, Scene 9098 and caught 4339. Swallow, the evolution, Scene 604, caught 201. Wingull, Scene 4988, caught 2386. Pelipper, Scene 1214, caught 242. Rolls, Scene 3370, caught 1628. Curlia, Scene 1036, caught 347. Gardevoir, Scene 51, caught 11. Surskit, Scene 7157, caught 3361. Musquarine, Scene 824, caught 216. Shroomish, Scene 1419, caught 712. Breloom, Scene 52, caught 21. Slackloff, scene 1695, caught 895. Wigroff, scene 171, caught 63. Slacking, scene 118, caught 23. Nincada, scene 87, caught 36. Ninjask, scene 2, caught 1. Can't barely remember even seeing 1, to be honest. Shedinya, scene 17, caught 17. Wishmur, scene 6015, caught 3538. Laudred, scene 1482, caught 986. Exploud, scene 16, caught 8, half of them. Makuhita, scene 13,356 and caught 5,658. Hariyama, scene 1,208, caught 361. Azurill, scene 68, caught 67. But this is a hatchable as well, so shouldn't this be the same? Weird. Nosepass, scene 1494, caught 481. Skitty, scene 5052, caught 2604. Dalcaddy, scene 225, caught 66. Sableye, scene 1663, caught 630. Mawile, scene 158, caught 124. Aron, scene 8991, caught 4076. Leiron, scene 504, caught 204. And Aggron, scene 100 exactly and caught 18. So 80% catch rate, 18% catch rate. Meditite, scene 3412, caught 1733. Medicham, scene 85, caught 48. Electrike, scene 2278, caught 1364. Manectric, scene 69, caught 30. Plusle, scene 2645, caught 1144. Minun, scene 2952, caught 1246. Woolbeat, scene 1315, caught 586. Illumise, scene 395, caught 169. Roselia, scene 4224, caught 1728. Gulpin, scene 4872, caught 2555. Swalot, scene 521, caught 125. Caravana, scene 1893, caught 952. Sharpedo, scene 48, caught 19. Whalmer, scene 5518, caught 2657. Wailord, scene 5, caught 4. Nummel, scene 2791, caught 1158. Camerupt, scene 23, caught 18. Torkoal, region locked, scene 60, caught 19. Spoink, scene 1552, caught 877. Grumpig, scene 63, and caught 28. Spinda, and I've got all of these. So I got 9 different forms of Spinda. Also got in shiny. Still some more to get. You get them from quests, so we will probably fill it out one day. But scene 41, caught 41. Trapinch, scene 3877, caught 2072. Vibrava, scene 486, caught 300. Flygoon, Scene 7, Code 4. Cacnea, Scene 1081, Code 650. Cacturn, Scene 81, Code 56. Swabble, aka the Golden Snitch, Scene 5711 and Code 3103. Altaria, the Golden Snitch on steroids, Scene 37 and Code 13. Zangoose, Scene 2030, Code 822. Zeviper, Scene 108, Code 60. Lunatone, Scene 2128 and Code 756. Solrock, Scene 2799 and Code 739. Barboach, Scene 5424, Code 2784. Wishcash, Scene 278, Code 81. Corpfish, Scene 2210, Code 1086. Crowdaunt, Scene 108, Code 25. Baltoy, Scene 1041, Code 616. Claydol, Scene 18, Code 9, so half. Lilip, Scene 2508, Code 1056. Cradley, Scene 56, Code 17. Anorif, Scene 2251, Code 994. Armaldo, Scene 52, Code 17. Phoebus, Scene 607, Code 417. Malotic, Scene 3, Code 2. Cast 4. We have seen a total of 7,343 and Code 2,759. We also got it in shiny. Kecleon, my new enemy. Scene 8, Code 8. I need to find 3 more, I think, to finish off the quest or to get further in the quest, but it's a bummer to find. Chappet, 4,223 scene and 2,253 code. Bannet, Scene 144, Code 58. Duskull, Scene 4622, Code 2711. Dusclops, Scene 285, Code 82. Tropius, Shiny Skarmory, Scene 54, Code 20. Chimchao, Scene 117, Code 71. Absol, Scene 413, Code 223. Waynut, Hatch 25. Snorunt, Scene 5946, Code 3117. Glail, Scene 94, Code 22. Sveal, Scene 12,532, Code 6,627. Celio, Scene 683, Code 266. Walrun, Scene 10, Code 10. Clamperl, Scene 331, Code 163. Relicanth, Scene 1, Code 0. Lovedisk, Scene 2178, Code 1186. We can thank Valentine's Day for this all year, every year. Bagoon, Scene 1206, Code 690. Helgoon, Scene 87, Code 25. Salamence, Scene 20, Code 9. Baldum, Scene 1456, Code 849. Metang, Scene 75, Code 32. Metagross, Scene 34, Code 15. Regirock, the legendaries of Generation 3. Scene 25, Code 25. 100% ratio, nice. Reggie Eyes, Scene 30, Code 30. also 100% there as well. Registeel, scene 32, caught 31, so 1 escaped. Latias, scene 33, caught 15. It's a hard legendary to throw out. The same with Latios, scene 40, caught 20. Kyogre, scene 129, caught 125, so only 4 have escaped. And this is so nice because I have this in a 100% IV1 as shiny, so a Shando Kyogre. Groudon, scene 96, caught 74. Rayquaza, scene 97, caught 92. Jirachi, scene 1, caught 1, thanks to the quest. Deoxys, scene 52, caught 49, got 1 of each, but only the normal 1 in shiny. Going over to generation 4, starting off with their grass type Pokemon Turtwig, scene 5745 and caught 1728. Grottle, scene 517, caught 84. Torterra, scene 3, caught 2. Continuing on, we have Chimchar, scene 4016, caught 1439. Monferno, scene 466, caught 75. Infernape, scene 4, caught 3. Piplup, scene 6830, caught 2624. Primblup, scene 191, caught 45. Empoleon, scene 4, caught 3. Starly, scene 14,860, caught 6,146. Staravia, scene 991, caught 262. Staraptor, scene 109, caught 19. Bidoof, scene 11,800, caught 5,892. Bibarel, scene 735, caught 120. Cricketot, scene 3045, caught 1689. Cricketune, scene 17, caught 14. Chinks, scene 1842 and caught 1245. Luxio, scene 13, caught 12. Luxray, scene 11, caught 6. Budiv, scene 23, caught 23. I think it's a hatchable Pokemon. Roserade, scene 7, caught 6. Coranidos, scene 1260, caught 573. Rampardos, scene 42, caught 11. Shieldon, scene 1125, caught 467. Bastiodon, scene 33, caught 9. Burmy, which can be in different forms, have seen a total of 1,982 and caught 952. Wormadam, scene 3, caught 3. I think it's 1 of each. Moffim, scene 4, caught 4. Combi, scene 2167 and caught 562. Vespiquen, scene 2, caught 1. Buizel, scene 2872, caught 1351. Floatzel, scene 140, caught 38. Cherubi, scene 746, caught 310. Sherim, scene 1610 and caught 253. Chalos, scene 1514 and caught 821. Gastrodon, scene 3, caught 3. Ampibomb, scene 4, code 3. Drifloon, scene 5508, code 2115. Driftblim, scene 322, code 70. Baneri, scene 9671 and code 4274. Loop Bunny, scene 518, code 153. Miss Magus, scene 7, code 7. Hunchcrow, scene 4, code 3. Glamiao, scene 6626, code 2901. Pure Ugly, scene 399, code 91. Shingling, scene 26, code 26. I think this is a hatchable Pokemon as well, and that's why we have so perfect amount of them. Stunky, scene 3630, code 1913. Skuntank, scene 92, code 41. Bronzor, scene 1227 and code 649. Bronzong, scene 55, code 20. Bonsley, hatchable Pokemon as well, scene 39, code 39, so hatched 39. Mr. Mime Jr., scene 64 and code 63. Don't know how that happened because it's a hatchable Pokemon. Maybe it's this thing when someone puts it in a gym and that counts, but 64 and 63. Happiny, also hatchable, scene 27, code 27, so hatched 27. Chatoot, scene 4, code 1. Can't even remember seeing one of these. Can't even remember catching it. Spiritomb, scene 9, code 9. Gibble, scene 1276, code 691. Gabbit, scene 112, code 30. Garchomp, scene 6, code 5. Munchlax, hatchable Pokemon as well, scene 66, code 65, so hatched 65, I'm probably seeing one in a gym. Rylu, scene 64, code 64. I think it's the same thing here, also just hatched. Lucario, scene 6, code 3. Hippopotamus, scene 808, code 478. Hippowdon, scene 41, code 18. Skorupi, scene 1284, code 658. Drapion, scene 93, code 26. Croagdonk, scene 5938, code 2603. Toxicroak, scene 210, code 49. Carnivine, haven't caught anyone, but I have apparently seen one. Probably in a gym because I've never seen this thing before. Finneon, scene 3272, code 1552. Luminion, scene 285, code 75. Mantine, hatchable as well, scene 37, code 37, so hatched 37. Snower, scene 5029, code 2461. Feels like it's a lot more because I see this all the time during the winter. Abomasnow, scene 66, code 25. Weavile, scene 6, code 5. Magnezone, scene 1, code 1. Lickilicky, scene 5, code 4. Rhyperior, scene 10, code 6. Tangrowth, scene 4, code 4. Electrowire, scene 9, code 8. Magmortar, scene 5, code 4. Togekiss, scene 10, code 9. Yanmega, scene 4, code 3. Leafeon, scene 14, code 6. Glaceon, scene 10, code 9. Gliscor, scene 4, code 3. Mamoswine, scene 13, code 12. Porygon Sad, scene 4, code 3. Gallade, scene 3, code 3. Probopass, scene 2, code 2. Dusknoir, scene 7, code 6. Frostlass, scene 4, code 3. Rotom, scene 10, code 10, and it's different forms of this, but I've just gotten these two. Uxie, scene 4, code 3. Mespirit, scene 10, code 10. Asleaf, scene 1, code 1. Dialga, scene 26, code 26, so pretty good catch rate on that one. Palkia, scene 17, code 17, same story there. Apparently have it in shiny, didn't even know myself. Heatran, scene 17, code 61, not that great of a catch rate. Regigigas, scene 18, code 15. Also, I had this in a Shando, which is kinda cool, but it's a trash Pokemon, so it doesn't really matter. Would have been nice to have it in something else. Altered form Giratina and origin form Giratina have seen a total of 142 and caught 133. Cresselia have seen 18, caught 17. So done 18 raids, caught 17, I suppose. Darkrai, seen 69, caught 64. Landform and Skyform Shaman, seen 3, caught 3. Victini, scene 1, caught 1 from the quest. Snivy, scene going into generation 5, if I'm not miscorrecting. Scene 4175 and caught 1306. Servine, scene 327, caught 53. Superior, scene 5, caught 5. Going further to the fire type, Tepig, scene 4125, caught 1199. Pignite, 419 scene, caught 64. Ambor, scene 4, caught 4. Ushawoot, the water type, scene 5032, caught 2281. The evolution, Devot, scene 293, caught 50. And the max evolution, Samurott, scene 8, caught 7. Patrat, scene 3409, caught 1925. Watchog, scene 26, caught 18. Lillipup, scene 19,236, caught 7,920. Can we go to the Pokemon? We need to see this in candy form. Holy shit. Okay, 33,000 candy on this one. Continuing. The evolution of it. Hairdyre, scene 692, caught 192. Stoutland, the max evolution, scene 16, caught 6. Perleon, scene 4456, caught 2400. Leopard, scene 13, caught 13. Pansage, scene 660, caught 306. Simisage, scene 2, caught 2. Pansear, scene 3883, caught 1799. Simsear, scene 4, caught 4. Pampor, scene 523, caught 244. Simpor, scene 2, caught 2. Muna, scene 2193, caught 800. Musharada, scene 3, caught 2. Pidoo, the Pidgey of this generation, scene 8269, caught 4062. Tranquil, scene 1119, caught 697. Unfacent, Scene 6, Code 5. Blizzle, Scene 3417, Code 1455. Substrika, Scene 57, Code 57. Roggenrola, Scene 3837, Code 1813. Boulder, Scene 16, Code 15. Gigalith, Scene 3, Code 2. Woobat, Scene 3944, Code 2139. Still hunting for the perfect Ivy one. Swoobat, Scene 2, Code 1. Drillbur, Scene 3121, Code 1862. Same story there, also hunting for the perfect Ivy one. Excadrill, Scene 10, Code 10. Audino, Scene 202, Code 46. Timber, the Machamp of this generation. Scene 56, Code 56. Everyone is from Raid, I think. Or from Hatching. Girder, Scene 3, Code 3. And Conkeldurr, the Machamp. Scene 3, Code 3. Timpole, Scene 3377, Code 1492. Palpitoad, Scene 27, Code 13. Seismitoad, Scene 4, Code 3. Sorry if I butcher any of these names, I've never heard of these Pokemons because I didn't play the game back in the days. When I was a kid, I stopped playing after Generation 2 and also stopped watching the series, so I don't really know the name of these, but I try my best. Froa, Scene 8, Code 2. Sulk, Scene 3817, Code 885. This is my regional one, and this one is from some other place. Seawaddle, Scene 1041, Code 417. Swadloon, Scene 4, Code 4. Liwani, Scene 3, Code 2. Wanipede, Scene 4303, Code 1535. Whirlipede, Scene 145, Code 59. Scolipede, Scene 2, Code 1. Cartoni, Scene 6003, Code 1922. Whimsicott, Scene 7, Code 7. Patilil, Scene 2628, Code 732. Lilligant, Scene 1, Code 1. Red Stripped and Blue Stripped Basculin, Scene 686, Code 202. Sandile, Scene 19, Code 18. Krokorok, Scene 1, Code 1. And Crocodile, Scene 1, Code 1. Darumaka and the Galarian form, Scene 1902, Code 947. Daramitan, also with the Galarian form, Scene 72, Code 71. Maractus, Scene 1, never Code 1, so probably in the gym. Dweeble, Scene 3449, Code 1507. Crustle, Scene 13, Code 13. Scraggy, Scene 514, Code 141. Scrafty, Scene 2, Code 2. Genmask, Scene 1404 and Code 519, also with the Galarian form in shiny. Cophagrigus, Scene 5, Code 4. Tertoga, Scene 238, Code 85. Caracosta, scene 3, code 3. Archen, scene 244, code 134. Arshops, scene 4, code 3. Trubbish, scene 2957, code 1173. Evolving into Garbodor, scene 8, code 7. Zorua, scene 23, code 24. Think I just found the bug. Weird. Screenshotting this. Zoroark, scene 1, code 1. Minccino, scene 4413, code 1510. Ginshino, scene 4, code 3. Gothita, scene 2859, code 1696. Gothorita, scene 20, code 9. And Gothitella, scene 1, never caught 1, so I haven't evolved the ones I had apparently. Solosis, scene 2072, code 1120. Duocean, scene 8, code 7. Reuniclus, scene 3, code 2. Ducklet, scene 6729, code 2555. Swana, scene 18, code 17. Vanillif, scene 1220, code 586. Wanlish, scene 2, code 1. Vanillux, scene 1, code 1. Spring form, summer form, autumn form, and winter form of Deerling, scene 3556, code 1090. Spring form, summer form, autumn form, and apparently not winter form of Sovsbuck, scene 6, code 6, so I haven't evolved the winter form, it seems like. Emolga, scene 650, code 154. Carablast, scene 921, code 390. Escavalier, scene 6, code 5. Fungus, scene 1530, code 634. Among Us, scene 61, code 23. Haven't evolved anyone into a shiny in this form, it seems like. Freelish, code 1773, code 687. Jellicent, scene 3, code 2. Alomomola, scene 447, code 104. Joltik, scene 1739, code 592. Galabantula, scene 12, code 9. Ferroseed, scene 1855, code 567. Ferrotorn, scene 3, code 3. Clink, scene 99, code 77. Clang, scene 2, code 1. And Klinklang, scene 2, code 1. Tynamo, scene 1256, code 537. Electric, scene 100, code 25, so 1 in 4. Electros, scene 2, code 1. Elgium, scene 662, code 249. Behem, scene 2, code 1. Litwick, scene 5376, code 1863. Lampant, scene 23, code 15. And Chandelier, scene 5, code 5. Axew, seen 1457 times and caught 528. Fracture, seen 5, caught 5. Haxorus, seen 3, caught 2. Capchew, seen 5560, caught 2360. Beartick, seen 15, caught 7. Crygonel, seen 309, caught 87. Shelmet, seen 861, caught 318. Axelgor, seen 4, caught 3. Stunfisk and Galarian Stunfisk, seen 1389, caught 447. Mindfu, seen 5, caught 4. Manichow, seen 1, caught 1. Drodigon, seen 60, caught 60, so apparently I've done 60 raids. No shiny yet. Golett, seen 256, caught 105. Golurk, seen 18, caught 13. Pawniard, seen 23, caught 23. So apparently 23 10-kilometer eggs with it in. Bisharp, seen 2, caught 1. Buffalant, seen 1, never caught 1, probably a regional one which I've seen in gym. Rufflet, seen 255, caught 110. Devolution, Braviary, seen 8, caught 7. Bullaby, seen 51, caught 51, also hatchable from 10-kilometer eggs I think, or 12 kilometers. Evolves into Mandibus, seen 3, caught 2, apparently I have a shiny. Heatmore, seen 723, caught 238. Durant, seen 101, caught 54. Dino, seen 1600, caught 568. Swallows, seen 110, caught 36. Evolving into Hydreigon, really cool Pokemon, seen 4, caught 3. Larvesta, seen 1, caught 1. Cobalion, seen 22, caught 21. Terrakion, seen 28, caught 26. Virizion, seen 22, caught 21. Tornadoes, with the Terrakion form, or the Therian form, and Incarnate form, doesn't matter. Seen 17, caught 17. Same, but with Thunderous, seen 25, caught 22. Going over to Reshiram, seen 65, caught 62. Coming over to Zekrom, seen 49, caught 44. Landorus, seen 35, caught 32. Kyurem, still waiting for the other forms to get released, but seen 68, caught 64. The ordinary form of Keledeo, seen 1, caught 1. Melonetta, seen 1, caught 1. Genesect, caught all 5 different forms, seen 45, caught 49. Going over to the regionals of the next generation, we got Chespion, seen 1419, caught 437. Quilladin, seen 4, caught 4. Chestnut, seen 1, caught 1. Coming over to the fire one, Fennekin, seen 4621 times, caught 1303. Braixen, seen 9, caught 9. Delphox, seen 3, caught 3. Going over to the water one, Froakie, seen 5132 times, caught 1677. Evolving into Frogadier, scene 15, caught 15. Which is evolving into Greninja, scene 2, caught 1. Bunnelby, scene 6422, caught 3022. Diggersby, scene 19, caught 19. Fletchling, scene 4209, caught 1798. Fletchinder, scene 320, caught 74. Talonflame, scene 6, caught 4. Scatterbug, scene 3, caught 2. The Vivillon, I've seen 1, caught 0, and apparently has a lot of forms. Little Leo, caught scene 5094, caught 2668. Pyroar, scene 12, caught 11. Apparently different colors of flower for Flabibi. I've seen 644, caught 280. Still need a yellow one and a blue one. The same with the evolutions, but here I also need a white flower for Floette, scene 2, caught 2. So I've evolved 2 apparently, but not in all colors. And for the max evolution, the same thing. For Florges, scene 4, caught 2. Pancham, scene 60, caught 33. Thought I only got these from Hatching X, but apparently not. Panagora, scene 1 in a gym. Haven't evolved any of mine yet, because I don't have anyone with any good IVs. Going over to Furfrau, I pretty much evolved to all, or changed form to the ones who are currently available, but still waiting for some to get released. But anyways, caught 2627, no, scene 2627, caught 949. Esper, scene 35, caught 45, hatchable Pokemon. Meowstic, scene 2, caught 1. Spritzy, scene 3746, caught 1199. Aromatis, scene 3, caught 2. Swirlix, scene 3636, caught 1092. Slurpuff, haven't evolved anyone, but seen 1, so caught 0. Inkay, scene 791, caught 212. Malamar, scene 2, caught 2. Binacle, scene 983, caught 257. Barbaracle, scene 4, caught 3. Skrelp, scene 1320, caught 363. Dragalaga, scene 12, caught 6. Clauncher, scene 1443, caught 429. Clovitzer, scene 4, caught 4. Helioptile, scene 1067, caught 314. Heliolisk, scene 1, caught 1. Tyrant, scene 326, caught 153. Tyrannitrum, scene 2, caught 2. Amaura, scene 251, caught 109. Aurorus, scene 2, caught 1. Sylveon, scene 3, caught 3. Didini, scene 1231, caught 304. Carbink, scene 1, caught 1. Gumi, scene 125, caught 56. Sliggoo, scene 2, caught 1. Godora, haven't evolved 1, so just seen 1, caught 0. Klefki, haven't caught 1, but seen 1. Oh, it's the keychain. We were talking about this the other day. Phantom, scene 1272 and caught 470. Trevenant, scene 2, caught 1. The small, average, large and super size of Pumpkaboo, scene 3196, caught 1070. The same sizes, but for Gorgeist, scene 3, caught 2. Bergmite, scene 1604, caught 336. Also has a Hisuian form. For the Avalugg, scene 5, caught 4. Noibat, scene 108, caught 41. Noivern, scene 1, caught 0, so I haven't evolved any yet. Exernus, scene 32, caught 41. Ylvetal, scene 19, caught 17. 10% frame, 50% frame and complete frame of Sigurd, scene 1, caught 1. The two different kinds of Hoopa, I have seen 3, caught 3. Going over to the next generation starter Pokemon, so the grass type, Rowlet, scene 3046, caught 676. Dartrix, scene 6, caught 6. Dekidway, scene 4, caught 4. Going over to the fire type, Litten, scene 3028, caught 696. Thoracat, scene 6, caught 6. Incineroar, scene 3, caught 2. Coming over to the water type, Poplio, scene 4286, caught 1022. Brioni, scene 7, caught 7. Primarna, scene 3, caught 3. Pikipek, scene 7688, caught 3108. Trumbeak, scene 8, caught 8. Toucanon, scene 2, caught 2. Jangoose, scene 8839, caught 3362. Gumshoes, scene 6, caught 6. Grubbin, scene 1051, caught 414. Charjabug, scene 5, caught 5. Crowbrawler, scene 223, caught 47. Crabonibale, scene 1, never evolved one. Different styles of Oricario, just scene 1365, caught 285, but just for the one form. Cutiefly, scene 262, caught 128. Ribombi, scene 1, caught 1. Rockruff, scene 41, caught 28. Different forms of Lycanroc, scene two different forms apparently. So scene 2, caught 2. Mariani, scene 210, caught 63. Toxapex, scene 1, caught 1. Dewpider, scene 1473, caught 309. Araquananind, scene 2, caught 1. Formantis, scene 1141, caught 239. Lurantis, scene 1, caught 1. Morelul, scene 374, caught 57. Shinotic, scene 1, caught 1. Salandit, scene 4, caught 4. Staffel, scene 6077, caught 2455. The Beaver, aka Winnie the Pooh, scene 8, caught 7. Bonesweet, scene 236, caught 99. Steenie, scene 1, caught 1. And Sarina, scene 1, caught 1. Oranguru, scene 1019, caught 219. Wimpod, looks like Stunfisk. Scene 6547, caught 2299. Golisopod, scene 4, caught 3. Sandygast, scene 4, caught 4. Komala, scene 2, caught 1. Turatonator, scene 1, never caught 1. Togedemaru, scene 1289, caught 288. Bruxis, scene 281, caught 111. Yangmo-O, scene 46, caught 18. Hankamo-O, scene 1, caught 1. Tapu-Koko, scene 7, caught 7. Tapu-Lili, scene 5, caught 5. Tapu-Bulu, scene 4, caught 4. Tapu-Fini, scene 5, caught 5. Cosmog, scene 3, caught 3. Cosmoem, scene 1, caught 1. Lunala, scene 1, caught 1. Nihilego, scene 19, caught 18. Buzzvole, scene 2, caught 2. Pheromosa, scene 4, caught 4. Circuitry, scene 4, caught 4. Celesteela, scene 1, caught 1. Kartana, scene 7, caught 7. Guslord, scene 6, caught 6. Squowheat, scene 1604, caught 660. Greedent, scene 12, caught 12. Bulu, scene 156, caught 123. Dubwool, scene 9, caught 8. Obstagoon, scene 2, caught 2. Berserker, scene 1, caught 1. Surfetched, scene 1, caught 1. The Mr. Mime one says scene 1, caught 1, but I know that I've gotten more than just one of these. Weird. Maybe it was earlier. Runergus, scene 1, caught 1. Phalanx, scene 65, caught 33. Seikian, scene 2, caught 2. Samacenta, scene 4, caught 4. Sarud, scene 1, caught 1. Regidrago, the one currently in the raids, scene 4, caught 4. Clever, scene 13, caught 13. Ursalauna, scene 2, caught 2. And apparently I have it shiny. Sneasler, scene 1, caught 1. And last but not least, no, it wasn't last, but number 999, Gimmighoul, scene 266, caught 193. Going over to Meltdown, scene 5365, caught 2946. And last but not least, Melmetal, scene 6, caught 5. So that are all my Pokemons in the Pokedex. And I can just do a little overview of some special ones. So if we go into shiny ones, here is all the ones I have shiny. We'll do just a brief overview. Stop by at some highlights like the legendary birds, Mewtwo. Mew isn't special, it's a quest one. Almost entire generation 2 as well. Still missing the Entei shiny for some reason. A lot ones in the generation 3, but got this one in 100%. And yeah, also got those shiny. Going over, you can see we got a lot of shinies in all the generations, because we catch so many Pokemon. So if it has been released, then we probably have it. If it isn't a raid exclusive, because as I said, I don't normally raid. Can we see perfect IV ones? Perfect, yes. Okay, so here's the ones I have 100% IV of. Don't know why it doesn't show a Bulbasaur in the number 1 spot, because I evolved that one into the Venusaur, so it should probably be all stages. But maybe they hadn't started tracking that yet, because it's one of my oldest. But here's a brief overview of all the 100% IV Pokemons. As you can see, starting to get to the bottom. But we got a lot left to get in the 100% IV ones. So yeah, that's it. Also kinda funny that I have caught a 100% IV Melmetal, but not a 100% IV Meltal. So this is a kind of buggy Pokédex feature. So yeah, that was my entire Pokédex, and I hope you have enjoyed part 3.